showpiece aircraft for one of the world's biggest jumbo jet makers. But now, half of Boeing's global fleet of Dreamliners have had their wings clipped. Japan's two biggest airlines have grounded all their 787s after a battery problem forced an ANA flight to make an emergency landing.
The first signs of trouble, a burning smell in a Tokyo-bound 787 plane, and a cockpit message showing battery problems in the forward cargo hold. Passengers were forced to evacuate after pilots made an emergency landing in Takamatsu Airport in southwestern Japan. No one was badly hurt, but Japan's transport ministry called it a serious incident that could have led to a serious accident.
人命に関わる安全のことでありますから、しっかり国土交通省でですね、調査をして、安全確保のためにこれ全力を尽くしていく。
ANA apologized for the incident at a hastily called press conference, and both ANA and its rival Japan Airlines announced that they would ground their entire 787 fleet pending safety checks. But ANA says it's sticking to its plan to roll out the Dreamliner across its fleet.
原因についてが分かって十分な説明ができれば安全性ももちろん確認できれば飛行機については運航にすることになります。
ANA says the battery involved is the same lithium-ion type that was involved in a fire on another Dreamliner last week. The 787 has also been hit by fuel leaks, wiring problems, a brake computer glitch, and a cracked cockpit window of late. A Boeing spokesman says the company is aware of the latest incident and is working with its customer.
For more on Boeing's latest troubles, I have with me in studio Subhranshu Das, Director of Asia Pacific Aerospace and Defense Practice at Frost & Sullivan. Thanks for joining me this evening. Now, Dreamliner's two staunchest supporters, Japan's JAL and ANA, have now grounded the entire fleet of the 787s. Does this signal a big problem for Boeing?
I would say multiple different technical snags created that concern. We have seen technical snags like crack in the cockpits, leakage in the fuel systems, computer malfunctions. We have seen auxiliary power units getting overheated. So these are the sequence of technical snags that have really created a concern, and they have probably waiting for next 48 hours to consider how they will make these issues. They're talking to FAA, talking to the national regulatory authorities.
But what does this mean for Boeing? How can they make a recovery? I mean, it's bad press now and it looks to be pretty serious, do you think?
I would say each and every next generation aircraft are really high-tech. Aircrafts like 787, 50% of the materials used are carbon composites, plastics, to make it more fuel efficient. So ANA itself bought this close to 17 aircrafts operational now. They're estimating around $100 million fuel savings every year. So you go for a high-tech aircraft and there are technical snags. Each and every high-tech aircrafts have gone through these teething issues. I think subsequently they will fix it.
Well, all right, then this would draw inevitable comparisons to its competitor Airbus A380. Now, they were both supposed to come online at about the same time. I think Airbus in 2007 and Dreamliner targeted for 2008. But that Dreamliner has been delayed so much since. Now, do you think there will be now a change of heart for the buyers?
I would say each and every airlines, when they look at their long-term strategies, there are different specific concern. Some of the airlines, they look at hub and spoke model, they buy A380s. Some of the aircrafts looking at fuel efficient aircraft, so they buy 787 Dreamliner. So long-term strategies are not going to be changed due to these technical snags, but if it continues, there may be discussions, there may be, considering changing the strategies or considering the company's mission and vision.
What sort of message do you think Boeing should be sending out now to, ease concerns and allay fears?
Yeah, it's a tough time for the chief engineer and the team to prove what went wrong. But as I said earlier, it's a high-tech aircraft. A research and development team worked many years to develop such a composites aircraft. So, of course, it's a very, very tough time for them, but I'm pretty sure that this aircraft is completely safe. In subsequent years, FAA and national regulatory authorities are going to take a deeper look into this.
How do you think this affects passengers? Do you think it will affect their choices of whether to board an aircraft like this or not?
I would say yes. We continue to see passengers' concern. There will be emotional concern for short term, but as long as the authority proves that this is a safe aircraft to fly, I don't think there is any issues or concern with the passengers.
It's pretty strong emotion, isn't it? I mean, it's like, it's a forced evacuation, it's an emergency landing. It's pretty emotional. I mean, like I said, well, for example, yourself, would you be flying the Dreamliner anytime soon?
Yeah, I would say as an intelligent passenger, yes, I will. But emotional attachment is always there. Of course, for a short-term period, but long-term, if the manufacturers are going to prove it, it's a safe aircraft. The regulators are going to approve it, but they won't.
All right, thank you for those insights. And I have been speaking to Subhranshu Das, the Director of Asia Pacific Aerospace and Defense Practice at Frost & Sullivan.